Hi guys, this is Midlife Wanderings. So today I would like to answer questions about people who recovered from COVID-19 and are traveling back to the Philippines. We all know that a negative RT-PCR test taken within 48 hours is required. So we all know that Filipinos who are vaccinated and has a negative RT-PCR test taken within 48 hours are allowed entry into the Philippines without facility-based quarantine. What about those who COVID and have recovered from COVID? Do you know that people who recovered from COVID will test positive even though they recovered from it? They will still test positive for the next, several months, maybe 90 days, maybe 3 months or more. So the question is, can I still travel to the Philippines? I have a negative RT-PCR test because I just recovered from COVID. The answer is yes. This is what you need to do. So if you have recovered from the COVID-19 virus and you want to go back to the Philippines, you are required to get a medical certificate issued by a licensed physician stating that the traveler has has completed the mandatory isolation period, B, is no longer infectious, and C, has been allowed free movement / travel. Of course, you will have a positive RT-PCR test instead of a negative RT-PCR test that is taken 48 hours prior to the date or time of departure from the country of origin. Go ahead and bring that. Plus, the original positive RT-PCR taken not earlier than 10 days, but not later than 30 days prior to date or time of departure from the country or port of origin. But here's the thing. You will be allowed entry into the Philippines if you are able to produce these documents. Okay, the original positive RT-PCR test taken between 10 and 30 days prior to the date or time of departure. And then you have a medical certificate issued by your doctor. And then the 48 hours RT-PCR test. Those are the 3 items that you need to bring. Okay, you are allowed entry, but take note that you will follow the unvaccinated protocols, meaning you can go home to the Philippines, but once you get there, wherever port of entry you will be arriving, you will have to undergo a facility-based hotel quarantine, which is 5 days, 5 nights, 6 days, and then you get tested, and after that you're free to go to your home province and continue with your quarantine up to 14 days. So that's what's going on with those who recovered from the COVID-19. I got this information from Philippine Airlines website. Okay, so now we are in the Philippine Airlines website. So I will go to travel rules and requirements. You're arriving in the Philippines, so click on that. And then here it is, the guide on arrival and quarantine procedures. Those we have already talked about in my other, most of these we've already talked about in my previous vlogs, but this one here, I don't think I've clarified that. The advisory for arriving Filipinos only. You have to be a Filipino. Foreign nationals who recently recovered from COVID-19 are still not allowed to enter the Philippines. This advisory here is for Filipinos only. This one right here. It says Filipinos arriving from abroad who have recently recovered from COVID-19 but still test positive in the required pre-departure RT-PCR tests may be allowed to enter the Philippines subject to certain requirements. This is IATF Resolution 158. So these are the requirements that I was talking about. Okay, the positive RT-PCR test results, blah, 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 medical certificate from a licensed physician. So you get the picture. So travelers are required to observe the facility-based quarantine period required for the unvaccinated, partially vaccinated, or individuals whose vaccination status cannot be independently validated. So these are just for the Filipinos who are going home to the Philippines who have recently recovered from COVID-19. So there you go, guys. Here's another thing that I want to talk about. Once you get there, each LGU have different protocols. So if you want to find out, what are some LGU's protocols are, like once we land in Manila and cleared customs, JJ and I are going to travel to Tacloban. So let's see. Here are the provinces and city or municipality. You can just click wherever you're going. So in my case, we are going to Tacloban. So I'm gonna click on Tacloban. Let's see what Tacloban requires from us, once we get there. So travel requirements are subject to change at short notice by the issuing government authority. As such, posting of the advisories below is not real time and serve only as a guide. Please confirm your requirements directly with the offices or websites of your place of origin and destination. So here are the travel requirements. This is a travel requirement overview. Okay, the community alert level is alert level 3 from February 1 to February 15, 2022. And these, as of now, are the health and travel requirements. For inbound passengers, returning Tacloban residents, A4 and transients or visitors, you are required to produce a valid ID, vaccination card / certificate. And it says in parentheses, except those with medical condition that prevents COVID-19 vaccination, as evidenced by a signed medical certificate with name and contact details of the physician, and children aged 11 years and below traveling with parents and adults. With parents or adults. So, here's the latest advice, information, and resources to go to tacloban.gov.ph. So, each provinces have different travel requirements. We're only transiting in Tacloban and we're going to go on to our final destination. So, we should be okay. We both have passport and vaccination card. But my advice would be to also contact your local government unit. Maybe you can ask your family there to check whether they have additional requirements. I don't think our town requires S pass, but that could change any day. So just be sure to connect with your families and have them contact the mayor's office or the barangay to make sure that you can go to your final destination. Okay, so I think that's it for today. That's it for today for now. I will keep you updated on other developments as it comes up, and I thank you for watching. This is Midlife Wanderings. I will see you on my next vlog. Bye.